This is the only place in Europe where entering a city means walking across an active airport runway. And yes, you actually have to check for planes before crossing. It all begins in Málaga, where everything feels easy. Sunshine, tapas, the sea right next to you. But just a couple of hours away sits something completely different: Gibraltar, a tiny British territory attached to Spain that feels like it accidentally ended up in the wrong country. Getting there is surprisingly simple. The Avanza bus costs around €15, and the ride along the southern coastline is honestly part of the experience. Sit on the left side if you can, because the ocean views quietly turn the whole journey into a budget sightseeing tour. The bus drops you in Línea, right on the Spanish side of the border, and the moment you step off, you don't need directions. There's this huge limestone rock rising out of nowhere, completely dominating the skyline. You just follow it. Before crossing, there's one smart move: eat. Food on the Spanish side is cheaper and the choices are better. And in this part of the world, it's completely normal to have something like a Moroccan breakfast in Spain before walking into British territory. The mix of cultures starts before you even show your passport. Crossing itself is quick. A simple passport check, a few steps forward, and suddenly everything shifts. Euros turn into pounds. Spanish energy turns into something that feels oddly British. But then comes the part that makes absolutely no sense. To enter Gibraltar, you have to walk across an airport runway. There's a gate, traffic lights, and even small drawings from local school kids reminding people not to litter on a runway where planes land. When the light turns green, you just walk across this massive strip of tarmac. Cars now use a tunnel underneath, but pedestrians still cross right over it. So yes, you genuinely have to look left, right, and maybe even up. Once inside, the contrast hits instantly. You're still on the edge of Spain, but everything looks British. Red phone boxes, English street signs, pubs everywhere, and yet the buildings tell a different story. Spanish balconies, Mediterranean colors, mixed with British structure. It shouldn't work, but somehow it does. Walking through the city, you pass places like the Cathedral of St. Mary the Crowned, which feels more Southern European than British. Then suddenly, there's the Convent, the governor's residence since the 1700s. Right across from it, old cannons are still pointed outward, directly toward a pub. Because here, history and everyday life sit right next to each other without any effort. Then there's Trafalgar Cemetery, quiet, green, and full of history, but with a twist. It was built to honor the famous Battle of Trafalgar, yet only 2 graves actually belong to soldiers from that battle. Most are victims of yellow fever. And Admiral Nelson himself, not here. He was sent back to London in a barrel of brandy. Gibraltar has a way of turning even serious history into something unexpectedly strange. As you keep exploring, the contrasts don't stop. There's street art of John Lennon and Yoko Ono marking where they came to get married in 1969. Just steps away stands a formal war memorial. It's light and heavy, modern and historic, all layered together in a very small space. Now, the real highlight of Gibraltar is the rock itself. The cable car is the most popular way up, but strong winds often shut it down. When that happens, guided rock tour taxis take over as the best option. Up there, one of the most fascinating places is the Great Siege Tunnels. These were carved by hand into solid limestone in the 1700s and later expanded during World War II. It's an entire network hidden inside the mountain, built for defense. Standing in those tunnels, it's hard to believe people actually created all of it manually. It feels less like construction and more like something discovered. Not far from there is St. Michael's Cavern, a huge natural cavern inside the rock. During wartime, it was used as an emergency hospital. Today, it's transformed with lighting and even hosts concerts because the acoustics are so good. It's one of those places that naturally makes you pause for a second. But let's be honest, for most people, there's one main reason to come up here: the monkeys. The Barbary macaques are the only wild monkeys in Europe, and they completely run this place. They look calm, even friendly, but they are incredibly clever. If you have food or even something that sounds like food, they will notice. A simple plastic bag can turn into a full investigation. It's less sightseeing and more a polite standoff with a very confident monkey. At the top, the view stretches across Spain on one side and, on a clear day, all the way to Africa on the other. And that's when it really makes sense. Gibraltar isn't just one place. It's a mix of cultures, history, and nature, all packed into a tiny area. It's unusual, a bit chaotic, and completely unforgettable. Where else can you cross a runway, explore tunnels inside a mountain, and share space with wild monkeys, all in a single day? If you enjoyed this journey, stick around for more stories like this, and tell me, what's the strangest border you've ever come across?